Hey you guys, so we're back from vacation and my onions are all dried out, so that's good. Time to braid them to store them. So here is a bunch I did yesterday, so that's what I'm going to show you how to do this morning. Okay you guys, it's kind of like braiding hair. So if you don't know how to braid hair, go practice on someone. I don't know how to help you with that. But anyway, so just kind of clean them off. And you can cut these little ends off right here just to make it neater, but you don't have to. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 onions. Kind of fit them together there. And start my braid. So I'm just going to go over with the outside ones, like that. Go over one more time. All right, and then I'm gonna put another one. I'm just kind of cleaning it up. So I'm gonna add this one to one of the outside ropes. I'm just going to go over again. Oh, hang on. First I'm going to go over with that. Okay. So just turn the outside ones to the inside, to the middle, right? And then I'm going to add another one. I'll look for different sizes. That's a good one because it's a little bit smaller. Okay. So I'm just going to fit it right in there, and I'm going to put it with this rope, this outside rope, and I'm going to go to the inside with that. And then I'm going to go to the inside with that rope. So both outside pieces are going in, taking turns going in. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Okay, and you just kind of fit it in there. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't go right on top. Sometimes you just kind of have to fit it in there where it needs to go, where there's a space for it, kind of. And then turn in and turn the outside in. And this rope part is getting a little bit short, so I want to pick an onion with a long kind of stem. There we go. And that's kind of got a crazy hairy end. I'm going to cut that off. There. So I'm going to put that on that short one. See how this is looking? Isn't that cool, you guys? So there's kind of an empty space right there, so I'll put an onion right there, and then it's almost ready to hang. The first time I braided onions, I braided a whole big old bunch, and then I put it on the wall and it fell off. They get heavy, right? And then so I learned just to do a smaller bunch and put it in several places on my wall. So I just get a picture hanger, kind with a hook, and you know, a nail with a hook, and I just hang it on there. But let me show you how to tie it up to finish it, okay? Okay, you guys, to end it, I'm just gonna, so I braided it up as far as I could. I'm just gonna tie it off. I'm gonna wrap it around and cross it. Tie it off a couple times, good. And then I'm going to make a loop. I'm going to take that part that I tied off and just loop it. Hope you guys can see that. To make a little loop there that I can hang it by. And I'm just going to tie this. There we go. I'm going to cut this excess off. Okay, so I'm going to keep going around. just to make it really strong, because these onions get heavy, you guys. Okay, and then I'm also going to tie and leave a loop, just as like a safety net, in case this kind of gets weak and breaks. I'm just going to tie off a little loop that I can also hang it by, just so it doesn't come crashing to the ground in about a month or so. Okay, so I'll put this over that, and then I'll put this over there too. So it'll be like that. So it'll be a little safety net there. Okay, let's go hang it up. So I'm just gonna hang it by the little loop, and also by the onion part, the loop I made with onion. There we go. They're just gonna hang out with us in our house. Aren't they pretty though? All right, that's how to braid onions. Now obviously, you guys, I don't have room in my house to hang up all my onions. So the other way I store them is I just clean them up. I just cut off the neck and the roots, and I just put them on this platform, and I keep them under my bed. So you guys, since we're dealing with onions, it's probably a good time to tell you my onion story. So again, this story goes back to the beginning when I was a very newbie gardener, and I was at the community garden. That was my learning time. If you guys haven't heard, I helped start a community garden from a field. Me and a handful of people started a community garden, and we had some great gardeners there, so I was learning from them. So, and this is kind of an embarrassing story, you guys, but I was a newbie, and I'm a city kid. I'm telling you, I ate out of boxes and cans. I was not familiar with growing my own food, okay? So, the pastor of the church was a good gardener out there, and he told me it's time to plant onions. So I was like, okay, great. So I looked on, I was making my seed order, and I noticed onion seed there. It was like January. So I noticed the onion seed there, so I purchased it with my order, with my other seeds, right? And I went out there to the garden, and I planted those seeds, and I spaced them accordingly, and I was gonna wait for them to come up. And there was a guy there. We had lots of different nationalities represented at the community garden, lots of different languages. So there was a guy there, an Asian guy, and he was watching me plant all these little seeds, right? And he watched me and kind of, so he came over to me and he said, "Onion, all set, onion, all set." And I said, "Yeah, I'm all set to plant my onion. I mean, all set for my onions to come up. All set." He kept looking at me going, "No, onions, all set, all set." I was like, "I'm all set? Yes, I got that." And pretty soon he shook his head, and he probably thought, crazy white girl, and off he went. So then I kept checking back on my onion seeds. I kept, checking back, and nothing was really happening. And then one time I come back and I noticed that everyone's onions are up. And I thought, well, how did that happen so fast? And mine didn't come up, and these are kind of big. And then it occurred to me that people had gotten sets, onion sets, a set of onions at their garden center or feed store, and they had planted the sets, not the seeds, because here in Dallas, Texas, I don't know if you do it somewhere else, maybe you plant onion seeds, but in Dallas, Texas, we do not. We plant sets. So I was kind of embarrassed. I know, I was probably the only one in the world that didn't know that onions weren't done by seed. So I went to the feed store and I bought a set of onions. I planted my onion sets, and it was so funny, you guys. The Asian guy was there again that day, and he came up to me and he slapped me on the back and he said, "Oh good, you all set, onion all set." And I was like, yes, thank you. So that is my little humiliating onion story. So for you newbie gardeners, yeah, it's a set. You're looking for a set of onions, not a seed. All right. Well, I hope I have convinced you guys to grow onions, to plant them in as a set in January, and then you harvest them mid-May and end of May, and enjoy hanging out with onions all over your house and eating them. They're delicious. Bye, you guys.